Welcome back to the class of academic writing again. We are continuing for the course citing references. I have given you one of the lecture earlier. I would like to continue further with few more examples. Yeah, I'm Dr. Shefali Sonode from Walchand College of Engineering again, India. So whenever we discussed about some of the references and how these are to be cited in the document. So in short, I would like to give you in brief that which information is to be cited. So obviously, if the contents are from any official newsletter, that means what are the official newsletters? One is you can consider as the magazine or a book or proceedings or even some journals, white papers, reports, government reports, newsletters, newspapers, TV programs, etc. These can be considered as some of the official newsletters. So definitely you need to cite those. The day of publication, who has written it, what are the page numbers, edition, if any, volume. So whatever are the formats, actually I have shared those formats earlier in my previous video itself. The second category you may consider as if these are the entertainment or some digital media, maybe in terms of some songs, movies, websites, advertisements, multimedia in any combination. If are there, then definitely you need to indicate or you need to provide citations of those. Some information sources may be giving you some contents, maybe belonging to some, say, personnel or some idea where in terms of computer algorithm, maybe exchange of information through interviewing or through certain conversations or whatever are the, say, writings and the expressions may be there, those should be cited again. If any intellectual property right, if claimed, maybe IPR is in terms of your patents, maybe copyrights, trademarks, service marks may be there, some slogans are there, or some unique phrases, even if are there, definitely these should be cited under the category of the IPR. Even if some reprints are there, maybe reproductions in terms of reprints of the diagrams or some illustrations or the methodology overview, or maybe some charts or the pictures or the maps or even some images or photographs, these can be cited that what exactly is the origin of those. Some of those already have given examples and I would like to continue a few more. But again, in some brief that, okay, we have seen that which information is to be cited. Now, which information need not be cited? I can give you some of the clues for those. For example, if I myself is a person and I'm having some abstract thought process with me, that means if the contents which are originating from me, that means these are the non-tangible contents. Of course, you are able to understand what is the difference in the non-tangible and the tangible in terms of the physical form and that is the not physical form and it is the physical form in a way. So likewise, you can say that if the contents are maybe certain experiences, maybe certain, say, remembering or the memories from the childhood, maybe certain observations or the conclusions drawn or some, say, opinions or the insights or maybe some thoughts are there, such things need not be cited. Even if you are using some contents, as I said, maybe in some physical form, that is, these are tangible enough, maybe own artwork, maybe some photographs, maybe in digital form or with some, say, artwork with those with certain, say, what you are saying about that some of the softwares available or some audio, video contents if are generated, then there is no need to have the citations for those unless and until those are, say, filed for certain IPR conditions. Then if any common knowledge is there, I may say that the common knowledge may appear in a form that can be generated from number of sources, that is, which is the clear or the exact origin. If it is not known, then there is no need to cite the common knowledge. For example, some legends may be there, some common sense observations are there, some myths are there, some historical events are also there. Mind well, for the historical events, there is no need to go for the citation. But if some historical documents are there, then definitely these should be cited. Okay, what does it mean? I'll just give you say idea about the same. Now about the common knowledge, I have one example to share with you. Trees are good sources of oxygen. So these are, there is no need to prove each and everything, and you need to cite that is wherever it is documented. So it is nowadays, over the years, it has become as the common knowledge. So there is no need to cite that particular sentence. There is another example that, okay, some facts are there. These are generally accepted, these are commonly accepted, these are widely accepted, and there is no need to have the citation of those. For example, again under this category, I can say that pollution is bad for the environment. This is already proven. There is no need to actually give the who is the originator of the proof, or what are the different ideas which have tried to prove that, okay, pollution may cause some bad effects to the environment. So such things need not be cited. Even if you go for the citation, agreed upon, but there is no need for the citation itself. And for that purpose, I have given you a few examples further, which may help you to that whether it should be cited or whether there is no need for the citing purpose. For example, some information is there, and what is the category of this one? We may just try to list it out. The category may change depending on that. Okay, whatever is your perspective to look to your information. Coming to the first example, there are 4 seasons in the year, or there are 365 days in 1 year, or there are 12 months in the year. Okay, it is what obvious. Years together, we are accepting that particular fact. So it is a common knowledge you can consider. So there is no need to cite those. Humans use their legs to walk. Okay, this is another statement. This is another claim. So this is the claim. When you are using this for further reference, there is no need to always discuss over this one or prove that the humans are using legs for the walking purpose. It should be accepted. So it is generally accepted fact, and that's why there is no need to have a citation for the same. There is another example that, okay, a theorem proof based on the mathematical and logical theory. Some of the theorem may be there, okay, maybe some explanation or the logical explanation or the mathematical and the logical steps are there for the proving purpose. Then normally it is generally accepted statements are there. That is the theorem proof, or other some exams are there, or some basis is there, strong basis is there, where some previously established statements already proved that particular theorem. So there is no need to give such theorems. Most of the theorems come with the mathematician's name. Say, for example, Pythagoras theorem, or say, likewise, you can prove, or Newton's theorem, or Newton's statement, or Newton's first law. Likewise, so these are definitely coming with the names itself. But if some theorems are there, unless and until these are invented, unless invented newly, with some drastic invention out of those one. But if it is accepted from years together, then possibly there is no need to have a citation of those. Then I'll say the Ramayana story is there. Ramayana, Mahabharata, these are the stories from the, say, Indian culture. So these stories include again some sub stories, and those stories are used to tell series together from one generation to the another generation. So these are considered as if these are the historical events, and there is no need to have the citation of those. But of course, when I say about the historical event, I would like to come upon for the another example, which is somewhat similar to that. Though we are having some Ramayana story, there is one serial, you may be remembering that particular serial, which was used to appear with the TV shows. Ramananda Sagar was one of these director of this one, which is nowadays again popular. So this particular say content, if it is generated under the TV show as the Ramayana, then definitely there is a change that you need to have a citation of this. If you are just getting some of the reference from that particular Ramayana, which is utilized to demonstrate over the TV show. If any specific dialogue is there, if any, say, certain specific uh, thought process, if it is reflected over this one, or if any character with certain, say, behavioral idea, if it is given, then definitely you need to have certain citation for this one. And obviously, the further example is very clear that the Indian Constitution, if it is there, then it's considered as a historical document, and surely it should be cited. The map of the India, okay, the specific year when the map is generated, the boundaries of that particular nation. Obviously, these are documented somewhere, and this can be considered as the historical document. So it should be cited. There is a rule. Okay. Then I have certain, say, expression. I'm loving it. Fine. This is the expression. This is the slogan of, say, your popular McDonald's. So definitely it is recommending always, or it is recommending a specific atom out of that particular expression. So definitely you need to have a citation for this one. Whenever I'll say about the trademark, okay, this trademark or somewhere it is maybe or may not be visible. So just do it. Maybe one of the slogan out of that particular trademark. So if such trademark do appear, then definitely you need to have the citation of such things. Now coming to one more picture, this is definitely the Gateway of India picture, freely available from the free sources. I have tried to just get a picture for the representation here for understanding purpose. So if it is freely available, then definitely there is no need to have a citation of this. On the contrary, I would like to come again for the another picture of the Gateway of India, where it is taken in 1924. It is listed down there. It is taken into the 1924, and some males brothers are there who have scanned the particular picture from the book, and the book name is The Last Empire. Okay, it was a photography by some of the person, and it was presented somewhere. So definitely, even though the particular picture is lying in the public domain, it is copyrighted, and that's why whenever you refer that particular picture, then definitely you need to have the citation of the picture. Mind well, the photograph is of the same architecture, but one photograph is in the freeware domain, and the other one, earlier it was in the freeware domain, public domain. Okay, there is a difference in the freeware and the public domain of also, but that specific event occurred in some, say, and it is having certain, say, relation to certain, say, occasion, and which is very historical occasion, which is very important occasion, and definitely you need to have a citation for this one. Whenever I'll continue for a few more pictures. Okay, this is another picture which is India Gate. It's actually the picture, you can say that it's India Gate with armored cars in 1930. It's the picture from First World War, which was taken around in 1930, and source is somewhere from the Columbia University. Actually, who is the publisher, or who is the author of that particular document is not published, or it is anonymous. Earlier also, I have given you the idea about the unpublished documents. Though unpublished documents are there, some repositories may be there, and you need to indicate such repository references, because such historical events are having some genuine evidence, some genuine importance. So for example, you may say that these particular files, these particular photographs, even though these are say reproduced, even though the author is not known, but certain licenses are used under which you need to utilize such particular figures, and you need to mention about the copyrights or even some licenses if are there, or otherwise you need to take the permissions for the production purpose. Of course, for those whatever are the figures and the examples I have taken right now here, these are just the reproductions only for preparation of the educational material, and there is no any commercial sense for this one. So these are few further examples, and definitely I think you people are now in a, say, you can understand that how we should cite the given reference or the atom, even from the reference list, or if it is from the bibliographic list. From the bibliographic list, we should cite, which should be the say background material for you. If any further discussion, we may have a dialogue with my mail ID. So by this, I think I should pause here. I should stop here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.